How to find a good woman for a wife material. My brother, I hope by now you have already cast your eye to about 2 to 3 ripened sisters either in your church or outside. And if you haven't, please I advise you commenced praying and ask the Lord to open your spiritual eyes in order to identify a spiritual sister that is good for a wife material. As a brother who aim of getting married to a beautiful sister, you ought to take a deep thoughts and reason positively before walking down the aisle with any sister, because a broken relationship or courtship is better than wrong marriage. How to find a good wife material, moral character. Years ago, I visited a cousin brother of mine in my hometown, but I was surprised to behold a damsel in his room. I inquired from the sister, "May I know you?" She responds by calling out my dialect name. I was shocked because it was the first I am seeing her, but unknowingly that she has already marked my identity. However, I later realized that she was my cousin's sister, but her moral character was overwhelming. And this later prompted me to keep a close tab at her, and after several days while discussing with my cousin, we concluded to market her off because she will certainly make a good wife material. And this moment she is already preparing for his traditional wedding. The first vital item you must keenly observe while trying to identify a good wife material or over any sister you intended to marry is her moral character, her mode of reactions to issues, forgiving heart, tenderness, humility, respectfulness, neatness, interactive, etc. You don't need to get too close to her before beholding all these attributes, because it's very easy to study and read the character of a woman. While chatting either through social media or phone call, don't be carried away by words. You must be sensitive to all her statement or words. Endeavor to take a keen observant of her words, reason deeply and try to understand the state of her mindset or motives. Be watchful of her reaction to every word while communicating, because finding a good wife material required a great deal of works. Financial management. Some times ago, I cited a certain sister in the church and decided to give her a test of trial, but unfortunately she failed woefully. She is too demanding, and such is a sign of a bad wife material. The second vital character to be watchful in that sister is financial management. How can she manage your wealth successfully in your absence without incurring any obstruction? It often said, behind every successful man there is always a woman of integrity, and of a great financial manager can she trade and economized with little capital without complaints. Is she always demanding? Perhaps often regard you as the governor of central bank? You don't need to get too close to her before discovering if she is a great financial manager. You can simply give her a test of trial, because the sound of money can easily get the job done. Communicative skill. Some times ago in church I asked one of my sister to take a good observant of a particular lady in the church. Though she monitored her thoroughly, and when I inquired about her finding, to my awe she replied, "Though she is beautiful and can sing gloriously, but she isn't good in communication." I replied, "How do you mean she isn't communicable?" "But she speaks and interacts fluently," she continues. "The young lady doesn't communicate easily." Truly, when I decided to observe her, I also behold same error. The third vital character to be watchful while finding a good wife material is her manner of communication. Is she very interactive, easily outspoken, or silent killer? As often said, the power of a woman lays in her tongue, but if such woman is always few of words, her intention is always dreadful. The fierce reaction of a hen with her chicks toward any intruder can be witnessed through her horrible sound cry. Such alert always gathered her chicks unto safety. Therefore, any sister that often felt shy, afraid, ashamed, and not easily outspoken will definitely find it difficult to build a solidly home. You don't need to get too close before she unveiled this attitude, because it's very easy to behold. You might likewise send a trusted spy to decipher such finding. Effectiveness in prayer. Some times ago while observing a certain sister in the church, I discovered she is always attentive to night vigils. One certain day I confronted her and she affirmed she didn't like missing church night vigils. She is prayerful and dedicated unto the things of God. So the fourth attributes of a good wife material to be watchful is her approach toward public prayer gathering. Any sister that doesn't yield to public gathering prayers will definitely find it hard to pray secretly. As it often said, a prayerless Christian is a powerless Christian. Therefore, ensure you take good observant over her public prayers, because iron sharpen iron, and getting married to a good perfect wife material will be an ideal.